Welcome back, guys. Now in this session we'll discuss other topic in protection of alternator. Last class we have dealt with different types of alternator, and now we'll deal with differential protection of alternator. Okay. So differential protection of alternator. So to know this differential protection of alternator, that is a simple differential protection of alternator. So to understand this differential protection of alternator, you need to know about how the operation of differential relay is taking place. So you have already dealt with differential relay in relay concepts. So differential relay, this is how we'll see. For example, if you have a, let us take the phase, let us take a phase or so this is the protection zone. So this is a protection zone of any system, like it is maybe transformer protection, or in any zone in the inside the transformer, or any zone in the inside the alternator. So we are specifically speaking about the alternator. Let us take some coil, some phase of an alternator, let us assume. Okay, to understand this differential protection, we keep two CTs, CT1 and CT2. So I'm assuming one phase in an alternator, let us example. To operate any fault occur in between these, the differential relay need to operate, that is, it will be placed between the coil. This is a relay coil, we'll say. Okay. This relay coil is kept in such a way that equilibrium between these two CTs. Okay. So never, you already know that the CTs will have not have any equivalent exact specification or exact characteristics. There may be some differentiation. So we have to make sure that we keep this coil at the equilibrium point, so that there is no current to flow inside this coil. Okay, under normal condition there should be no current flow through that coil. If some current flow through that coil, that is relay coil, this will give a signal to, say for example, if I keep this is a coil signal from this is a signal from this coil. So we'll keep this, so it will excite this coil, which will indeed turn the trip circuit, which will be there in that circuit protection system, and this will operate a circuit breaker. Okay, if this is how this switch will operate, only when this coil is excited. So this coil should not be excited under normal condition. That means under normal condition, if there is no fault occur, this should be current zero. So we have to make sure that this coil should be in between the equilibrium position of the circuit breaker. Okay, equilibrium position of the CTs. Okay, if there is no provision of, as you know that nothing is ideal in making equilibrium. So there is a chance of circulating current even in the less conditions. So that we may keep balance resistor, so that we can make either this side or this side to make the potential difference between this is zero. If you make the potential difference between zero, there is a less condition of flowing of current. That means you have to make potential across these two equal. Okay. If you make the potential between these two equal, there is a less provision of voltage across zero. So there is no current flowing this coil. So there is no excitation. For example, if any fault occur, so this is a protection zone. This may be alternator or a transformer. I'm taking for a differential, to understand the differential relay I'm taking. So for example, if any fault occur externally, okay, if this fault occur externally, so there is no impact in this transformer currents, that is this system current, that is the current I1 is flowing, and this current I2 will flow. Let us take this CT current here flowing a small I2, because of after what is the operation of CT means. So the secondary coil takes the proportion of this current flow, that is IT, and this is I1. So here I1 and I2 will be equal, even though if you have a actional fault. So this our aim is to operation of differential relay is to operate if any fault occur inside this zone. If any fault occur outside the zone, this have no possibility or no intention to operate for external faults. Okay, if at all any internal fault occur, there will be a differentiation of currents here. There now at this condition, the current I1 will be not equal to I2. Therefore, what happens here is the current I1 which is flowing here, it will flow in the other direction. Let us say this current I1 is flowing in this direction, and this current I2 will flow in this direction. So therefore, the current which is flowing through coil will be equal to I1 minus I2. So this difference will be force in this coil. If there is a flow of current in this coil, then the excitation takes place in the relay coil and will give to switching to the circuit breaker to operate, and the circuit breaker will, and the tripping circuit will excited and the circuit breaker will operate. So whenever the internal fault occur, then only there is a difference in the currents. That difference in the currents will be identified by relay coil. This will give the signal to a tripping coil to operate the circuit breaker. Okay, this is the basic operation of a differential relay. We use this differential relay to understand the simple differential protection of alternator. To understand the protection of alternator of stator, so we are assuming the stator thing only here. As you know that the alternator protection is a faults have a mechanical, electrical things. So in the electrical you have a rotor and you have stator. Now our thing is to, in this stator only, this differential protection of alternator takes. In stator, what you have is mainly star connection of phases. Okay, so I am taking the stator phases to explain the differential protection as like this. So let us take, we are having Q's coil here. This is coil, R phase coil. This is the R phase coil, and this is RYB. Okay, and this is so I am making this as a ground with a resistance. So this is called ground resistance. I explained this before class, what is the importance of this ground resistance, and then this will be give a circuit breaker thing. So I am connecting this circuit breaker here, so we'll have a common thing, and then this gives fed back to this, give back to this bus bar. And now to give the differential relay operation, I need CTs. I am placing the CTs so that there should be a circulating current to flow between that. The connection of CT will be in such a manner that there should be a flow of current. Let us see how I am drawing exactly. For the provision of circulating coil to flow, I am connecting the CTs in a closed manner. Okay, this is a R phase. This is I am connected, and again I connected this like this, and then this is connected to this. Okay, and this end terminals will be, this is connected as a star, and this is connected as a, this is also star, and this is connected as a star itself. Okay, and this is a grounded, neutral grounded, we'll say, we'll keep like this. Okay, this is grounded. So if you see like this, the CTs are connected as a star phase, these CTs are connected in fast phase, but this CT and this CT will be in a form of closed loop. So this for R phase, I am taking the relay coil like this. Okay, for B phase, that is this and and ground. So if you see like this, if I make this connection with this ground, I'm making B phase grounding. Okay, observe carefully. The observation is very much important. And then this line and this I'm grounding means I'm grounding R, Y, B. So let us take this R, Y, B phases. I'm grounding the B phase here like this. So what is the main thing is here, if any fault occur in R phase, then this relay coil will excited. If any fault occur in Y phase, this relay coil will excited, and B phase relay coil is excited. Okay then. So as you know that everything is inside the alternator, so there is a possibility of, even though you not have any resistance, a few alternators will be developed that without having any equilibrium resistance, this circulating coil will be excited. That is, equilibrium is really keeping the equilibrium is possible. But in case of protection of transformers, protection of transmission lines, there will be a huge impact because of keeping the equilibrium position, because they are operated at 100-200 kilometers long. So there is a possibility of equilibrium position. But here there is no possibility of equilibrium position, even though we keep equilibrium resistance here. Okay, there is a less possibility, so everything is not in ideal position. So we keep the equilibrium resistance so that to maintain the potential across this coil and this coil to be equal. Okay, so now we'll go to the actual operation. For example, let us take when an external fault occur. Let us see. So up to here, this is our protection zone, that is alternator. This is our protection zone, this is alternator. Let us see, this differential relay coil does not have any impact when external fault occur. So as you know that, so for example, this is converted to a transformer. This will be converted to a transformer things here. For example, or it will make a transformer connected to a bus bar. For example, if a fault occur here, let us say this fault occur here, this will be indeed a connection with the ground which I am having. Now when there is a fault occur, so in the normal condition, let us say the current through this system is I1, and through this system this CT is I2, that is a phase current. So the phase current, the normal condition, it will be turned into rated value. When there is a fault occur, this rated condition will be increased. So the power, the current, the fault current will be increased. That the secondary coil of the CT will take a value of less than a proportional value of I1. Let us take this is I1 and this is I2. So this I1 current and I2 current will flow in this manner, like supply terminal, that supply current, sorry, this main current. Okay, so now this will be a proportional current of this, even though the fault occur externally, there is a rise of current, but there is no impact on differential relay. Why? Because this current will flow in this direction. For example, so it is flowing from this direction, and this current, let us say this is current I2, this current is I2. So if I consider in opposite direction, let's take I2, then this will come minus I2. Okay, so what are the current flowing through this coil? Let us take this is current I. If we take, so according to KCL, that is node analysis, so if we come out the currents entering into the current leaving, so current entering at this node is I1 plus what are the current entering is minus I2, that will be equal to I. Since the value of I1 and I2 are equal, that is I1 minus I2, so these two things are equal, so current I equal to 0. That is at even the fault occurring externally, there is no impact on the relay coil since the current flowing is 0. So leave about this phase, the same condition will this phase also. At the same position, the three phases will have the more current, fault current will flow through this coil, through this alternator due to the external fault, but there is no operation of this coil. Why? Because the same current will flow through the other direction, the equipotential is maintained and the voltage across these coils are 0, therefore no current flows through that coil, so there is no operation of the differentiator. Okay, so what we will see the case now, if a fault occur internally, So what is the fate of this differential equation, differential protection? So for example, if a fault occur here, this is the phase to ground fault. So I'm taking the phase to ground fault means I need to connect to the ground. Okay. So to understanding purpose, we are dealing this. So imagine this alternator, how it will be operated. So if this is grounded means there is a circulating current flow through this coil. Okay. Since it is closed. So that circulating current here, this I1 and I2, the same direction I am taking, but in this case there is no, in this case the I1 will be not equal to I2. Okay. Why there is not equal to I2 means the potential is not maintained there at that position. There is no change in current will flow. Some current will flow through this ground. If there is some current is flowing through the ground, the current of either this direction or that direction will be changed. There is no current, then the current will be changed. If the current will be changed means there is if these things are different means the I1 minus I2, so it not will be equal to 0. So this I1 equal to some finite value. Okay, some finite value. If there is a finite value, so this I1 is not equal to 0, the finite value, this coil will operate. Okay, how this operate means, to show this, see, I am taking the condition of, for example, I am taking this fault occur in this phase to this ground. This may occur to this phase to this ground. This may occur to this phase. So either phase, any phase will can operate. But whatever the phase operate, how the operation things will be there, I am explaining now. So for example, this is a contact which has to be closed, and this having a switches like this. Okay. And this other terminal will be connected to in that direction, and these two terminals, which is indeed say. Okay. So for example, if you see the connection like this, and this will connected to trip coil. Okay. This is connected to trip coil. For example, if a fault occur in this phase, that means this will be closed. That means this will be operated. Okay, this coil will operated. For example, if a fault occur and this will be in get contact, there will be a possibility of operation of the circuit breaker. So in that manner, we have to make sure that whatever the phase is operated, but this coil should be operate to excite the circuit breaker. So you understand this is a phase to ground fault. Okay. Now we go to phase to phase fault. Okay. So one more thing, this differential relay will be operated only under two circumstances, that is when phase to earth fault occur, phase to earth fault, and then phase to phase fault, phase to phase fault, and then the thing is this differential circuit breaker will operate only when in the circulating current scheme. So in circulating current scheme, this will operate. And one more thing, to maintain the equilibrium, we make equilibrium resistors to maintain the potential. So equilibrium resistance will be given. Okay, these are the main fundamental things for differential protection relay. Okay, and now we dealt with phase to earth fault. Let us see phase to phase fault. What happens when phase to phase fault? Okay. So for example, for the same circuit, so I'm not drawing again. Okay. So let is the phase. Okay. So I'm assuming that there is a fault occur at these two phases. Okay. When the fault occur at these two phases, what happens is, so there will be impact on these two coils. Okay. Why? This CT, for this phase, this CT will operate this is connected to this coil, this N terminal of this coil, and this CT of this phase CT is connected to this thing. Okay. Now what happens is, if a current I is flowing, so there is a possibility of a differential current, that is, this is a current I will, like this will flow like this, and this current will flow like this. So there is a differential current will flow across this loop. Okay. If at all there is a flow of current in this loop, either by higher value of either these two phases, that means there is a circulating current operating in these two phases. That means these two coils will get excited. Whenever these two coils get excited, these two will be operated. So either, I said, to operate the circuit coil, the excitation of the coil, either one switch will operate, but in phase to phase fault, these two will get operated. That means these two get operated. Ultimately, this will give the trip to the coil. Okay, signal to the coil. So this phase to phase fault may occur in this manner, or fail to phase occur to R to Y, or B to B to R. So R to Y, or Y to B, or B to R. So if B to R operated means this coil get operated, there is circular coil. So assuming that there is not connected in a side by side, assuming that they are connected in spin manner. So whenever the loads are connected in parallel, never assume that they are connected at side by side. They are connected at spin manner. So never can't assuming that which phase is connected at that time. The way we fault occur. So always in conventional way we'll take RY or YB or B. So you have to assume in the mind that so either phase may get connected. If either phase R, B are connected means these R and B will be operated. Okay. This is the brief explanation of a simple differential protection alternator. But even though this is there, this has a main disadvantage here. The main disadvantage is, I'll explain the disadvantage of this disadvantage of this differential protection relay. Disadvantage is this differential protection alternator cannot sense when a fault occur near to this coil. So this ground, for the fault occur, this let us say this is a ground. When a fault occur near to ground, this differential relay cannot sense that. Okay. So in general, the differential protection relay is not manufactured for less protection, less fault current protection thing. Okay. So this will not operate for a fault occur near to ground. Okay. So why? Because if the fault occur near to ground, let us say this, the voltage will be very less compared to the rate, here let us say, for example, the rating of this is 100%. The voltage at this point will be about 0.12 or about so near to 10% or less than 10% or less than 20% compared to the voltage of across this phase. So if the voltage across this, if a fault occur near to ground, this differential relays will not sense this fault current. Okay. So will not sense the fault current. This will have a huge impact. This will have a small impact. So in this manner, we will go to modified differential protection of alternator. So modified differential protection of alternator we'll see. So main disadvantage of is, for example, it will not operate at this condition. Okay. For example, if the fault occur at the middle, then there is a considerable development of voltage across this coil, and then there will be a sense of there is a change of voltage. The current will be there, so there will this coil may operate. But if the fault occur near to the ground, the fault current will not sensed by this coil. So now we have seen the protection of alternator by simple differential protection of alternator. The disadvantage we have seen now. So this the differential relay may not operate for when the fault occur near to the ground. So that fault also should be detected by this relay coil. So we'll see in the next class the modified differential protection of alternator. Okay, thank you.